All right, hello everybody. Today we are going to be working on the mean of the data set. So what we're going to be focusing on is the mean. Now another word that means mean is the average, and that's one that you probably have heard more often in real life than someone talking about the mean of the numbers. The average of the numbers, you hear that all the time. Like, what's your grade average? In baseball, they have the batting average. What average is, it's the central number of a data set. And a data set is a list of numbers, okay? So the data set is a list of numbers just like what we have here on our screen. What the mean finds, or what the average finds, is the number that all of these numbers hangs around. The number that all of these numbers are centered around, all right? The mean is the central number of this list of numbers. To find the mean, there are two steps. Okay, to find the mean, there are two steps, okay? So, here, I'll write them over here to the side, all right? Step one, all right? Step one, you add all the numbers. Okay, add all the numbers. Now you can add these numbers a couple at a time, or you can do one big long list of all of them being added together. It's your choice. So let's go ahead and add these up. So 23 plus 14, let's see, that's 3 plus 4 is 7, 1 plus 2 is 3. So I did these first two here. The next number is going to be 15. So now I add 15. 7 plus 5 is 12. Carry my 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, the next number is a 7. That's going to be a 9. Okay, 59. The next number is a 10. All right, 9 plus 0 is 9. 5 plus 1 is 6. All right, and then the last number is a 57. All right, so here we go. 9 plus 7 is 16. Bring that tens over, and then 6 plus 5 is 11, plus that 1 is 12, so our total is 126. So we added all the numbers and we got 126 right there. Step 2 is then to divide, okay, divide by how many numbers there are. So our next step is to take this total down here, and we're going to divide it by how many numbers there are. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. So we're dividing this guy by 6. All right, so let's go ahead and divide. 6 does not go into 1, so we put a 0. But 6 does go into 12. 6 goes into 12 two times. 2 times 6 is 12. I subtract and get a 0, but we're not done because we still have this little 6 we got to bring down here. 6 goes into 6 one time. 6 times 1 is 6. I subtract, I get a 0. I do not have any more numbers up here, and my whole thing equals, or has come down to a 0, so that means that I am done. My final answer, okay, whoops, pen is not working here. There we go. My final answer is the mean equals 21 for this problem. What that means is that all of these numbers, when we combine them together and divide, all of those numbers are hanging around an average of 21. So assume, think about these numbers here as your grades. Okay, really kind of not super awesome grades, but think about them as your grades. At the end of the 9 weeks, or at the end of your grading period, you don't get all of these separate grades. They're all combined together to give you an overall idea of how well you did. So if we took all of these grades, combined them together, averaged them together, your 9 weeks grade, or your report card grade, would be a 21, because that is about how well you did when we put all these grades together. Okay, so the mean is a centralized number that all of these data points here kind of hang around. All right, so let's try another example here. Let's try another example. Let me scroll down. Sometimes they give you your data in a table, so let's take a look at that. Here's all of my data points right here. All right, this is days of the week. okay? And the number of times that I washed my hands. So it's a count of how many times that I washed my hands. And we want to find the mean, meaning what is the average amount of times that I washed my hands during the week. So our first step, remember, is to add all of these numbers together. So 16 plus 11, that's going to be 27. All right, so we took care of those two. We have 19 we're going to add next. 7 plus 9 is 16. Bring over that tens. Okay, so that's 46. We have 18. 6 plus 8 is 14. Carry that 1 over, that tens. Okay, that's a 6. 64 plus 14, that is 8 and 7. Okay, we have 78 now plus 11, that's 9 and 8. And our last number here, 9 plus 9 is 18. And then 1 plus 8 is 9. So we end up with 98. So that is our total. All right, that is our total. And now we have to, step 2 is to take that total and divide by how many total numbers there are. Well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total numbers. So 98 is going to be divided by 7. 7 goes into 9 one time. 7 fits into 9 one time. So 1 times 7 is 7. I subtract, I get a 2. Bring down that 8. 7 goes into 28 4 times. 4 times 7 is 28. I subtract. I get a 0. I don't have any numbers left. And so the mean for this set of data is 14. What that number means is that over the course of the week, on average, I washed my hands about 14 times. All right. So it's an average, meaning that they took all these numbers for the times I washed my hands, and overall, all of these numbers are hanging around 14. They centralize around 14. All right, so if someone's like, on average, how many times do you wash your hands during the week? I could tell them, about 14 times. Okay, so some days it was more than 14. Okay, if you check out like Sunday, okay, it was 16. So some days it's more than 14, and some days it's less than 14. But when we put all of these numbers together, all of the data centers around 14. So that is the mean. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that that helps you with whatever you are working on. So I will be talking to y'all later. Check out any other tutorial videos that you need help with. And again, I'll chat with y'all later. All right, bye.